Hi everyone, my name is Natasha. I'm a student in the university in the field of kinesiology, studying exercise science, and I thought today I'd want to talk about shoulder impingement syndrome. Now, I'm not a medical health professional, just a student, so do go with your medical provider first before doing any of these exercises if you are someone who has shoulder pain. So these are just exercises that I found on a research article I thought would be the most helpful. So the name of the research article is Exercise in the Treatment of Rotator Cuff Impingement, a Systematic Review and a Synthesized Evidence-Based Rehabilitation Protocol. And so what is shoulder impingement syndrome? Well, it's the compression of the supraspinatus tendon and the subacromial bursa and the long head of the biceps tendon, all of which are under the coracoacromial arch. And so usually these structures tend to get irritated and very inflamed when you're doing a lot of repetitive movements that are when you're moving your arms overhead, like swimming, serving a tennis ball, volleyball, spiking, that sort of thing. And if you are someone that has this impingement syndrome, then you'll know that moving your arm overhead is pretty painful. And so this article recommended these exercises in 3 categories of range of motion, flexibility, and strengthening. And so I chose just a few exercises. Okay, so for the first exercise is the pendulum exercise, where you would be leaning against a counter and letting your arm dangle, moving it in circular motions of clockwise and counterclockwise. And they're recommended doing these 20 times in total for each circular motion. And then the next one that they recommended was doing posture exercises. So this would be pulling your shoulders up and back and holding it, really trying to pinch your shoulder blades together for aiming for that good posture. And then for flexibility, they recommended doing the anterior shoulder stretch. So that you would be leaning against a doorway or leaning against like the corners of the wall, like really opening up those shoulders, leaning against the doorway. And then the next one they recommended is the posterior shoulder stretch, where you would be crossing your arms, and they recommended the exercises to be done for 5 sets for 30 seconds with a 10-second rest in between. And then lastly, for the strengthening exercises, they recommended doing this like for 3 times a week, 3 sets of 10. It really depends where you're at with this one. Each person varies. And because usually internal and external rotation is pretty weak amongst most people, they recommended doing this exercise. And so for both of these exercises, you can be using little weights or a resistance band. So for external rotation, you'll be moving your arm at 90 degrees away from the body. And then internal rotation, you would just be doing the reverse, moving the arm 90 degrees towards the body. Okay, well, thanks for watching.